Hello viewers, welcome to August classes. In this presentation we are going to discuss about thermodynamic part questions asked in TRB. So it's the second part of the thermodynamic questions. Let us move into the questions part. It is a question from TRB 2002 and 3. Here the Gi, the partial molar property, is not an intensive property, an extensive property, an intensive property, none of this. First of all, what is extensive property and the intensive property? See the extensive property. Let us take one example, that is specific heat capacity and the heat capacity. See the heat capacity, heat energy required to raise 1 degree Celsius of the substance. It is extensive property or intensive property? It is the extensive property because it depends upon the mass. Okay, specific heat capacity. Specific heat capacity. This is intensive property, independent of the mass. So from that we have concluded any energy form is extensive property. Energy is specified for particular mole or kilogram, or it is specified for the particular unit. It is intensive. Now we move to the question. Gi. Gi is the partial molar property. It is nothing chemical potential. It is defined as the change in free energy of the ith substance and the ith component when the temperature, pressure and N1, N2, N3 are the constant value. So change in free energy is related to the molar component. So it is specified to the particular mole. So the partial molar property is the chemical potential, change in free energy when of the ith component. So it is specified. So specified form of energy is said to be intensive property. Your answer is intensive property. Clear? Move to the next question. Consider the reaction isotherm delta GTP is equal to minus RT ln Kp plus RT ln Ja. The condition for the spontaneous reaction is Kp is equal to Ja, Ja is less than Kp, Ja is greater than Kp, none of this. This is the question from TRB 2002 and 3. The given equation consists of del G is equal to minus RT ln Kp plus RT ln Ja. Okay. By rearranging, you get del G is equal to RT ln Ja by Kp. So it is in the negative format. For a spontaneous reaction, we know that del G is negative. See this equation 1. In this equation, for negative del G, the Kp is greater than J. So very simple concept. Kp is greater than J. So when del G is greater, del J will be negative. So your answer is the B. Next one, which one of the following equation is not correct? The option A is considered. It is the change in chemical potential against temperature at constant pressure and molar concentration is equal to partial molar volume. So this is a question from PG 2002. Consider the first option. The chemical potential is defined as the change in free energy upon the change of the component. That is Gi is equal to chemical potential. It is equal to dG by dNi at constant temperature, pressure, and the remaining components are in the same concentration. That is N, N1, N2. We know that dG is equal to minus S dt plus VdP plus summation of mu I dNi. And it is only for the open system. At constant pressure and constant concentration, molar concentration, it is given in the option A. What happens in the equations? dG is equal to minus S dt. the dP is equal to 0 and the N will be 0, the molar concentration. So the first term and the third term will be 0. So dG is equal to minus SdT. Then dG by dt is equal to minus S. So change in free energy upon temperature is equal to entropy, minus entropy. So differentiation of dou G, it is nothing, it is a chemical potential. So this will be partial molar entropy in the negative sign. So option A is correct. Then go to option B. In option B, the constant temperature and the constant molar concentration. So applying this concept in the second equation, the dt and the molar concentration will be 0. So the second and the third term will be vanished. So dG is equal to V dP. So dG by dP is equal to V. So by applying in the equation, you get partial molar volume. So option A and option B is correct. Then option C. In the option C, the P viscosity is a question. P viscosity is nothing, it is a pressure of a real gas. So we start with the ideal gas. Conclude that dG is equal to VdP from the second option. For ideal gas, V is equal to RT by P. So V is equal to RT by P. So this RT by P dP. So by rearranging this, dG is equal to RT. Rearranging and integration, dG is equal to RT ln P. So this is the basic equation. Similarly, for real gases, dG is equal to RT ln F. So we have studied that the ln P, ln F, it is the ln F, that is because it is the pressure of the real gas. So for ideal gas, dG is equal to RT ln B, and for real gas, dG is equal to RT ln F. And VR is the volume of the real gas, dP is equal to RT ln F. So dG is equal to VdP. So VdP, so in this place, the real gas volume is given. So VR by RT by rearranging, you get RT into ln F by dP. For ideal gas, V is equal to RT by P, we know that. The difference in the volume of ideal gas and real gas is equal to alpha. So in general, the volume of the ideal gas is greater than the real gas. So alpha is equal to Vi minus VR. So alpha is equal to, what is Vi? That is RT by P. And in place of Vi, that is Vi is equal, P is equal to RT. So Vi is equal to RT by P minus VR. VR is equal to RT by P minus alpha. We found that. The alpha is the difference between the volume of the ideal gas and the real gas. So in place of VR, we put that RT upon B minus alpha into dP is equal to RT ln F. So that is VdP is equal to dG. dG is equal to RT ln F. See the first relation? dG is equal to RT ln P. Similarly, dG is equal to RT ln F. We know that dG is equal to VdP at constant temperature and molar concentration. Instead of volume of real gases, we have derived RT by upon P minus alpha dP is equal to RT ln F. RT ln F is equal to RT dP upon P minus alpha dP. So it is expanding RT dP upon P alpha dP. Then this equation, the RT, here the RT is taken into the other side. So RT dP by P by RT minus alpha dP by RT. So here the ln F is equal to dP by P dP, RT cancel, and the minus alpha dP by RT. On integration, what you get, that is ln F is equal to dP upon B will be ln P, and alpha dP by RT. So the constant 1 by RT is taken out. So ln F, that is the viscosity, is equal to ln P minus 1 by RT with the integration of alpha dB. Alpha is the volume difference between Vi and VR. Option C is incorrect. In option C, what is given? It is given that in C it is given as ln F is equal to ln P minus 1 by RT integration of limit 0 to P alpha dP. So the minus here, so option A is correct, B is correct, C is incorrect. And what about D. It is a familiar equation. Del G is equal to del H minus Ts. It is well known. It is a correct statement. So your answer is C. Next one, the variation of chemical potential with the pressure at constant temperature. That is variation of chemical potential with the pressure at constant temperature is given as d by dt. So chemical potential is nothing. It is a change in free energy of the ith component when the component I is added at constant temperature, pressure, and other terms are in constant. Okay, and dg is equal to vdp at constant temperature. This is derived from the general equation dg is equal to minus s dt plus vdp plus summation of mu I dna. Constant temperature, this is become vdp. dg by dp is equal to v. So change in free energy against pressure, that is with pressure is equal to v. So by substituting this, you obtain variation of chemical potential with the pressure at constant temperature is partial molar volume of the essence. So one more correlation, that is variation of chemical potential with the temperature at constant pressure is equal to partial molar entropy. So this is obtained from when dg at constant pressure. Okay viewers, we have come to the end of this video. Thank you for watching.